Peace, peace, peace. Peace, 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 family. Peace, 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 family. What's going on? Just waiting for a red pill to tap back in. Yo, my bad, y'all. I thought I was on his live. I wasn't even paying attention to the time. We was going in. I would have stopped it. My bad. But luckily, I saved it, so it's up there. You know what I'm saying? If you wanna tap into that information, the information is definitely the information definitely there. Peace and love to you, love. Peace and love to you. Peace and love to you. What's going on? How's everybody? Is everybody doing all right today? Yeah, we're just waiting for the master teacher to tap back in. You know what I'm talking about? Just go on charger. Put this thing. Let's go on charger real quick. You know what I'm talking about? Oh. I'm trying to charge this phone and talk to y'all at the same time. Y'all can see I'm just obviously getting used to this live thing. Was y'all enjoying that talk though? We was going in. We was going in. Yo, I'm doing well. Today's actually my birthday. I just did a photo shoot. You can go on my IG. I just released. I just dropped some of the pictures from my photo shoot. Yeah. So yeah, I just yeah, you can jump on my IG. I just dropped some of the pictures from my photo shoot. I got a couple of more coming. I have after I get off this live, I gotta finish my article talking about my 44 days on the Goldwater. As you've seen, there is so much going on in the world right now. We're trying to not trying to. What we're going to do is I'm gonna basically compile a list of like 19 things that thank you, love. I'm basically gonna compile a list of like 19 things that have been going on since Gemini season. Because when I tell y'all people, things have been going on every single day. From them finding parallel universes to other suns to alternate dimensions to the fifth dimension to 36 alien civilizations going out to there's so much stuff going on in the world that it's hard to keep up with everything. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna compile a list of everything and you know what I'm saying? But even then, like even when I compile that list today, you know what I'm saying? Like what happens tomorrow, it's just gonna be old. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so much going on. It's really keep up with everything that's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's really hard to keep up with everything. You know what I'm saying? Like there's just so much going on. At the same time. Peace. Yo, I thought that we was on your live, so I wasn't even paying attention to the time. But now I'm conscious of the time now. Cause it just cut off. I'm just like, oh, what the fuck? But it got saved, so we got
Don't let
it ain't go to waste.
they block my live. You know,
Blocked your live.
huh?
They blocked your live.
Yeah. I,
Zuckerberg wasn't liking you. Zuckerberg wasn't liking you tagging him up like that.
yeah. I mean, they they cut my live earlier. I was doing a live in the car.
Yeah, I was watching that.
Yeah, they cut it off. It won't show up on my page.
Wow.
Live. No, they cut. They did their little. They cleaned my page up yesterday. When they remember when they said they had an outage.
Yeah.
They was out there censoring my damn Instagram page. They took like 4 of my posts down, talking about it going guidelines. I called Lil Wayne a wretched something, and they said that I was using hate speech because I called this little gremlin.
He's a fucking gremlin.
I said, how dare you niggas protect Lil Wayne when Clear Channel and the radio allowed him for the last 10 years to call black women every fucking name under the sun. Every name under the sun. Disrespectful to black people. Lil Wayne had carte blanche to say it. And because I say wretched something about, I didn't even tag him. And Instagram try to police my mouth. So I'm like, yo, I'm not feeling Mark Zuckerberg. And I know all of the Poindexters that probably work at Instagram. You know, they mad fragile and whatnot and soft and moist. And I'm
They
not
are.
they moist. And it just
And
goes, so how could we live in a world where the moist people are pulling the strings? Like it's a conflict of interest. And
facts.
that's take away because black people who are really, you know, trying to fit into that society,
Mhm.
they they're fixing, they are positioning and reworking themselves to fit in a square peg, and these niggas are
Mhm.
circles. You ever try to put a circle in a square peg?
That shit don't
That's
work.
trying to,
No matter how hard you try to force it.
yeah, that's like Negroes trying, or people of color, because now, you know, the people of color, POC, that's a new thing.
That's a very broad term.
That's
It's
a
a very broad
wild,
term.
and it speaks about the people's mentality that are
Mhm.
willing to identify as colored. If you are saying yourself, if you saying you a colored person, then you are vibrating on color. You're vibrating like you colored, and they did away with people in our whatever we call ourselves now. We don't
Mhm.
call, and we don't call ourselves Negroes. That's a mind state. So
Yep.
if you in corporate America and you're groveling and you out there, you know, you're subservient, like you are the help for real. Or they treat you like that. I would say call yourself a people of color because you are colored, and you know you are acting, thinking, and moving like a colored person.
Yeah, that's interesting that you say that. I was introducing, excuse me, I was interviewing my man Will. He runs a juice bar like right down the street from me, and he was talking about how he used to work in corporate America, and that's exactly he was like how you were describing it. That's exactly how he was describing how he would feel. Like he was a servant, and he's like, "Yo, I had more knowledge than all these white boys, but I wasn't getting paid. And it wasn't letting me up." And he's like, when I started working for myself and opened the juice bar, that's when all these other things just opened up. So it's just another reason for everybody to walk to work for themselves. I'm almost there. I'm getting there. I am definitely going to join the stream. I got the email for the stream chasers. That is my whole goal for July. I just brought my laptop. I just brought my printing press. I just brought the printer. So I got that popping. I got the business aspect of that popping. So that is definitely everybody needs to work for themselves. Everybody needs to work for themselves. Or if you're working for somebody, you need to make sure that they align with you spiritually and on a morale sense. You know what I'm saying? So you don't feel drained and dead when you come home.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the more we begin to work together, the more opportunities that we're gonna create for the people who we gonna get out the plantations.
Facts.
I want to know what the fuck is life like in corporate America these days. I would love to have an insight. Could somebody go live from inside of the corporate plantation one day?
One of my boys that he works for Snapchat in the city. Well, he doesn't work for Snapchat. His office building works for CMRB. The whatever they work with Snapchat in the middle of the city.
Yeah,
And he's saying that every day they got to go in. They got to do the temperature check. Most people are working from home. He's literally going there to watch other people. He's watching like two people in the office while everybody's on Zoom chat. Everybody's on Google Hangouts. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of
and it,
corporate America has changed to lives. A lot of corporate America has changed to lives. Like what we're doing right now, that's what corporate America, a lot of that has changed into. And a lot more people want the 4-day work schedule. They don't want to work Monday through Friday. They want the 4-day work schedule.
yeah, Tim Ferriss is a prophet. 4 hour work week, but this is shifting into the European standard of the 4-day work week, right? They're shifting a lot of things right now. Um, like I would have to take about a whole month of going live every day, 3 times a day, to break down all of the things that have arisen post COVID-19. I don't even want to reflect on pre-COVID. There's so
Yeah.
many things that have come post COVID.
Let's just
It'll
leave
take a whole month and 3 times a day going live, an hour to break it down. Now, I want everybody to know that you live in a time that is called the age of the entrepreneur.
facts.
They were calling it that way before COVID. You live in a time where the possibilities and the probabilities for you to become successful. Notice I didn't say millionaire or billionaire or trillionaire, because who the fuck knows if that's your idea of success? It's not mine per se, because I promise you, like, I've had large amounts of money throughout my life.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I remember laying on the bed in the year 2000. I was in Atlanta, right? I just got a jar of blueberry. That was the weed strain back then. I smelt the shit. I never smelt weed that smelled like blueberries like that before. I had $1,700 spread out on the bed with $40,000 worth of merchandise that I just came back from Las Vegas with. We went on a heist. And I laid on my bed with a new strain of weed with $1,700 and a few $1,000s already in the closet, and thousands of dollars worth of Gucci bags, Louis, all kind of stuff, because we stung the shit out of Caesar's Palace, right? I'm talking about we tore him out the frame. And I met a shorty
Mm-hmm.
in the mall in Caesar's Palace who was a worker at a store, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we radicalized her overnight because we took her to a Rock
Hey.
Nation party. Yeah, she saw Jay-Z give niggas a head nod because he was, Bed-Stuy was in the building. So, when Brooklyn is out of town, Brooklyn got to salute Brooklyn.
Facts.
So the next day she let us come in there and clean them out. I'm saying all of that to say, that money does not create happiness, right?
Nope. Nope. I was convinced. I was so
Handling,
convinced that it did.
yeah, handling your affairs will bring about happiness, right? Because what happened that day when I was feeling empty, with all of the money that I had, I was feeling empty without a purpose. Because I'm not trying to put all of my information out there, but it is what it is. Like, it'll be in my book one day. But
Mm-hmm.
I was running from a parole violation in New York for 3 years, right? I messed up. I came
Mm-hmm.
home on supervised parole, and I broke the curfew, and I had I basically messed up because I wasn't abiding by the towers had fell.
Mm.
I came home August 28th, 2001. Aaliyah had just died, and then the towers fell a few weeks later.
Oh.
I couldn't carry out no curfew. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That seemed like those two events are seen. I remember specifically. I was in Mount Vernon. I was with my sister's boyfriend's brother because he was with his girlfriend and she had her little sister there, and I was with her. I was with Kathy, and I remember the news flash came across. Aaliyah just passed, but for some reason, 9/11 and Aaliyah seemed so far apart, and
yeah,
I
it
just brought it
wasn't.
up
It
like that.
wasn't. Our people was numbed from Aaliyah, so when 9/11 happened, we didn't feel it the same. It didn't impact us because we were numbed out from the pain of losing Aaliyah, right?
Yeah, that
Well,
hurt.
I was in a boot camp. They had a nigga in the mountains of, that's why I say, like, when you hear people in New York say that they go into the mountains, they're not exaggerating.
Oh, it's
They're
the mountains.
going, they're sending you, because people don't realize I'm in New York. If I'm in New York City
Mm-hmm.
and I drive 14 hours going south, I could make it to Atlanta. If I'm in New York City and I go 14 hours going north, I'm still in New York State. I'm in Plattsburgh. I didn't even leave. And after Plattsburgh is Canada. So New York State is humongous. and they filter all of the jails in around New York State from New York City, Buffalo, and Albany, right? And all of the New York niggas that went out of town and turned to quiet towns into crack towns like Poughkeepsie, Newburgh, Albany, Rough
Wappinger,
Buff, all
Wappingers
yeah,
Fall.
yeah,
Yep.
all of that Springfield, all of that is because New York niggas took their criminology on the road, and because the mixtapes, the culture exported into the into the different cities and whatnot. But I was laying there feeling empty, and I said, I want to end this now. I want to get my affairs in order. And the ancestors answered that because I was on probation underneath. Can you put your hands behind your back? So something that I was running from, right? I was running from a fear because I thought that when I got nabbed for my violation, they was gonna take my freedom away for years because I owed them years. They
Mm-hmm.
only they gave me 90 days,
Oh, probably less
right?
shiny thumbs. Yeah.
And they gave me 90 days in boot camp where I basically got my physical, I'm in the mountains working out, carrying fucking tree trunks on my shoulders, waking up at 5 a.m. and on top of a mountain. I'm highly elevated. Look how this works. That's why people come home glowing. That's why people come home from prison and they got that glow on them, right? Because especially in New York, because you're going into the top of the mountains, you're going into high elevated. You're not in the city with the smog. You're not in the city with all of the bad air, bad stuff, and you're in the quote unquote mountains, and a nigga really don't got nothing to worry about. Cause what you got to worry about? You ain't paying no bills. These
Yeah,
folk
watch your
feed
back.
you get. Nah, now where I was at boot camp. You gotta watch your back for niggas snitching. That's the only thing that was going on. That they was dropping letters on niggas. It was a snitch network.
Oh
Nobody,
damn.
it wasn't no physical. The physical harm was the drill instructors because they can take you in the woods and leave you out there.
Ooh.
That's the
Damn.
physical harm that the KKK is the drill instructor slash, and they call you inmate. They don't call you by your name. They call you inmate. So getting your affairs in order is success because after I was able to get that monkey off my back, I felt better about myself. Money had nothing to do with it. I had money and I felt empty, bro. I had money and I felt unfulfilled. I had money and I felt like I was doing the wrong thing because I really was. I was living the wrong kind of life. I
Yeah.
was risking it all for nothing. But really for fame, because that's ultimately what it was. You getting that money to do what? To floss, to show off, to put on for the shorties and whatnot. You getting all of that money to do what? To stun on niggas.
Yeah.
To be famous, to be more famous. That's what it was. I was chasing fame, and fame will leave you bankrupt spiritually. Real talk.
Is that? I guess that's why a lot of these rappers and entertainers, when they're doing that live, yo, they look dead. They look dead. Yo, I don't know what it is, but people just have that light in their eyes. They have that energy that even through the phone, you can just feel like, oh, this person, they got light, they
Yeah,
got
the
energy.
aura.
They don't have that. There's just something like a lot about a lot of them that I've been watching. Like I peeped it live and be like, where's that light at? Where's that now?
Yeah.
And it's just not there.
They dim lit.
Yeah.
They not lit, they dim lit. And the result of that is the fact that, a lot of people have holes in their aura.
Mm.
You know, they have holes in their aura based off of the things that they've done for influence and for fame. Because fame is a drug, dopamine is addictive, and the fiat that they had the '90s rappers sell out for, and
Mm-hmm.
the 2000 rappers and the women like Little Kim, who completely was, she was traumatized and molested by the demonic forces of the energy.
Yeah.
When she started getting around them, when she started getting around those Romans, look what they did to her.
She looks completely different. Oh my god, that's not even the same little Kim.
When
I
she
don't like
was
the
with
same
Junior
little Kim.
Mafia, she ain't look like that.
Yo,
But
that's
when
what
she was with Donatella,
she didn't look like that. She ain't look like that. And I don't know what I get. Like you said, she got around them Romans and just started all that shit. Just like 50 Cent started fucking with her nose. Sorry, kids. Started messing with her nose and all that. And the body, she looks completely different. That is not the same little Kim that was from Junior Mafia. That's not. Big would not
definitely not.
recognize her.
He would
Big would not recognize her.
he would look right over her. Like, yo,
Facts.
Where Kimberly at?
Yeah, she
She'd be
don't.
like, it's me, daddy.
That ain't the same. That ain't the same little Kim. She looks
That
really
nigga's
different.
lazy eye would start looking the other way, like, no, it's not. You're not Kimberly. You're not Kimberly. You're not Kimberly. So my thing is, a lot of them did a lot of things behind closed doors that they can't look at themselves in the mirror,
Yeah,
right? They can't face themselves because remember, you could be dead broke with rabbit ears in your pocket. If you still have your manhood intact, right? If you still have your dignity intact, if you still have your soul intact, then you are doing better than somebody riding around in a Bentley or a Bugatti who don't have that. Remember, what are our people suffering from? Spiritual bankruptcy. Yeah, they
yeah,
got fiat, but a lot of money is just debt. It's not even nothing to floss. They got a lot of fucking debt. You know what I mean? They owe people. They owe. That's their stress. They owe. So they can't even speak their minds because they owe the people who are cutting the check to keep their lights on, to keep the baby mamas off their backs, to keep the lawyers, to keep jail off of their back, to
facts.
keep remember, a majority of them are being extorted. So the gangs are in their pocket, or the gangsters are in their pocket, the killers are in their pocket. Some of them see some of them get their friends get killed, and then the killers be like, yo, if you don't pay us, you're next. Right? They'll knock your best friend off, they'll knock one of your family members off, they'll knock somebody off next to you, and then they start extorting you. You dig what I'm saying? So a lot of them don't even work for themselves. They work for somebody else. They're getting leaned on. That's what the mafia used to do. You know what one of the mafia's number one, one of their main money getters was extortion.
Yeah, yeah,
And during the time of the black people on the Chitlin circuit, they were being leaned on by the mafia. They was extorting them for their percentages.
mm.
So now the Jewish mafia is leaning on these brothers and they extorting them, and they all in their pockets. How you gonna get 2 cents off of a $20 album?
That won't
We
make no
shouldn't even
sense.
be listening to your lyrics. Like, you stupid. No, I'm dead ass. You're a bottom feeder.
If you only get if you only get 2 cents from your $20 album that you didn't put your time, energy.
You were done.
Yeah, like that's why
Like, I can't trust you.
ownership is so ownership is so important. Speaking of ownership and all that and going to business for yourself, all people that's watching, today is my birthday. Go into the link. Go ahead and get you some of this good old gold water. You know what I'm saying? Listen, this ain't me. This ain't about, listen, this guy's about to be about the commerce, but I can honestly tell you, like, this gold really does make a difference in your life. When I first started taking it, I was just taking it because I was excited. Oh, yo, Blue got a new product out. But when I actually started to experience it and I had my outer body experience on the gold, you need to tap into that, family. When I started really lucid dreaming, you need to tap into that, family. When I was a heavy, 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 heavy weed head, okay? Heavy. You know what I'm saying? Took some of this and that really, really knocked my shit out. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't blow once in a while, but compared to what I used to, blowing an eighth a day to not even smoking, like, there's a lot of this I don't even smoke at all, period. You know what I'm saying? Tap into that. And you can tap into some of the smart malls. You can also go into my link in my bio because I actually write articles about this. Actually, after we get off this live, I'm on my 44th day on gold. You know what I'm saying? So tap in, family. It is definitely worth it. And the gold is good for the kids. It's good for the kids. It's good for the kids.
Yes, it is.
You know what I'm saying? Father tested, kids approved. Or whatever the Kicks commercial used to say.
Yeah. So, family, make sure y'all give this brother a birthday present. You know, he's part of new media. The brother's active. He's doing what he needs to do. Ladies, send that man some flowers. You know what I'm talking about? And no, because we are responsible for each other right now.
Yeah.
We have to embrace and we have to protect and we have to respect and value each other. And I know how important birthdays are in regards to feeling appreciated. So one of the things that we suffer as people, regardless of age, regardless of gender, is that we are not appreciated as a people, as individuals, as genders, as groups, and things of that nature. Shout out to Chaka Bars. Chaka, they don't even let me go. They blocking my lives.
Uh,
If you could go live, we'll go live together. But I tried to go live with the guard, and he had to bring me in because Instagram got it to where when I go on my page, the live page, there's no options. There's, you know how they got boomerang,
yeah.
live.
They
That
didn't
my
give you the option?
it's just clear. It's nothing.
Ah.
I'm just looking at myself, and there's no options. They're like, fam, Zuckerberg leaves you no options.
Zuckerberg, we're going to give the people these work. We're going to give the people the work, okay? This is our Jubilee year. Our coronation is coming up. Our son is giving us more information, all right? We're out there. We're active. So no matter how you try to stop this, the information is going to get out to the people. Because if Red can't get out the information to people, then I'm going to get out the information to people. Then Blue going to get it out. Then KT's going to get it out. Fam, listen, like Pac said, we don't die, we multiply. So we gonna get this information out here. Okay, Zuckerberg, fucking talk black to me, okay? It's
Well,
gonna get out there.
what he's eventually gonna do with his fragility is he's gonna propel, because this is the way the world works. He's going to create the counter. There's going to be a counter to the platform because we were hooked into MySpace. We was hooked into Black Planet.
Which a shout out to Billy Carson. He started Unite the 99.
Really?
Yeah, and I starting to pick up more steam. Yeah. So Unite the 99 is just like Facebook and just like Instagram combined. Videos, you can go live, with people, you can post
Yeah.
pictures and all that. And then he got all his forbidden knowledge all connected to that. So yeah, people tap into Unite the 99. It's free. It's Facebook and Instagram combined, and ain't nobody censoring you on dumb shit.
Hold on, L. Morris King. Did you make the song Guns, Grocery, and God? If you made that song, I need you to inbox me. Please. Right? I need you to inbox me because I want to talk to you because that song is fire. But yeah, man, like the shout out to Billy Carson. I'm gonna check it out. We
Unite the
have
99. Yeah.
yeah, we
United
have
99.
United 99.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at it right now on my other phone. I'm gonna make sure, just to make sure.
Yeah. Shout out to Forbidden Knowledge. Shout out to Billy Carson.
Yep.
The
Unite
brother's
the
doing
99.
good. Unite the 99.
Yep.
Is that .com?
Nah, it's just straight one word. Unite the 99. 99. Like the number.
Is that an app in the App Store?
Yep, that's the app.
All right. So make sure y'all get that family, get familiar with that. We got netterflix.com. That's our streaming platform. Netterflix.com. And we are able to go live through netterflix.com. And we're going to be doing that. Not Netflix, Netterflix, like the gods, right? Yeah, we're going to have original content. We're going to be doing a lot more on Netterflix in the future, all right? Somebody said, no, Netterflix,
Netflix.
Netter, Netter. Let's not get with the metal netter spelling. No, Netter Flix, Flix. Can we just, you could
You
subscribe
subscribe
right now.
right now.
Yeah, somebody asked if they could subscribe. Yes, you can.
Yeah, there's
We
mad information out there. They got a lot of visuals out there. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? There's a lot of good stuff out there. Check it out, people. Check it out. Check it out.
yeah. We did a soft launch, but because of the Rona, we wasn't able to do our extravaganza for it. So yeah, go and check it out. It's original, it's content on there. You could also be a content creator if you have a platform, if you have content, if you're a musician, if you got videos.
Oh, maybe I didn't explore that part. Yeah, I definitely like I said, I went to a theater school.
Yeah.
I've been, man. Listen, I put out monologues on my IGTV, and it's funny that I've been taking monologues from Anansi from American Gods, Anansi, and putting them
Yeah.
out there. And it's just this is before COVID, so those monologues mean even more now. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
So
one of the
tap in, family.
things one of the things that we have to create as a collective,
Mm-hmm.
and when I go to Atlanta, I'm going to Atlanta this Friday for the Juneteenth weekend. I'm gonna immerse myself in the Juneteenth energy in Atlanta, which I feel
I have to pop up.
is
That's
I don't
family
feel
time.
like it's Wakanda, like how
Not yet.
T.I. said. I feel like it's Harlem. I feel like it has the potential to be not another Harlem, because you can't be
Can't
another
recreate my
Harlem.
25th.
You can't recreate Harlem. The potential to eclipse, it has the potential to put on the way that Harlem put on for the Renaissance 100 years ago, right? It got the potential to put
Mm.
on. So Atlanta, the potentiality of black folk, it is very, like, I've never went somewhere where I felt so electric and so magnetic than when I was in Atlanta recently. It felt like
Is
I could.
that
Hmm.
does that have anything to do with because they're just closer to the grid that they're on, or is it just because like the energy and the people that are there? You know what I'm saying? We all black and more black creativity,
Yeah.
that black energy going on.
Yeah, I think it got a lot to do with the grid being wakened up by, remember, the messianic force,
Mm-hmm.
the Messiah that I was speaking about with fear of a black Messiah, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Messiah that I'm speaking of is the messianic force. The messianic force exists in the people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the Messiah or the messianic force connected to the biomagnetic field, right? Thank you, NDP 5444. The biomagnetic field, right, is something that is the ley line, the energy grid.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that our people, George Floyd, right? And like I said
Lord.
before, if he's not dead, that's even better for me. If the nigga faked his death, I don't have a problem with that. Shit, I want to smoke a blunt with Big Floyd and talk about some of his days on Pornhub. You know what I'm saying?
Big Floyd.
Big Floyd. We could do a chopped and screw tape. You know what I
I was
mean?
gonna say. I was gonna
I
say.
would,
Does he
I would,
spit?
I would. Yeah, he spit. I would love for Big Floyd to be alive. I hope he not dead, but
That whole
he had
situation is crazy.
messianic energy. If
Yeah.
you want to know what messianic energy looks like, look no further than to Big Floyd, because when you kill one of us that have messianic energy, right? What happens is our energy is going to impact the world. You don't want to kill us. You do not want to kill us. Killing us makes us immortal, right? That's something that the enemy knew. There's certain people that they will lock in dungeons until they wither away. They would not kill them in front of their people, because if they were to kill them, they will release the messianic energy. That messianic energy would turn other people on, and they would have to fight an army of people who are ready to fight back.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, and that's the same energy that Nipsey had. So whoever killed Nipsey made a fucking mistake. Whatever hater that he had, they wound up, they did the wrong thing, and they immortalized him. Right? They didn't even, because Nipsey could have canceled himself out. What did Harvey Dent say in the Batman movie? If the quote unquote superhero, you stick around long enough, the superhero is gonna become a villain.
Yep.
So Tupac, whose birthday is today, they immortalized him by killing him at a young age, which took away, right, any mistake that he would have made as a human being later on down the line, and he died with a clean record because he was absolved of all of his sins in death. Nobody brings up that rape shit. Nobody brings up the fact that that nigga died on bail. Nigga died on bail. He said it in his song, "To live and die in LA on bail." He died on bail.
Out on bail, fresh out of jail, California,
dreaming. That nigga had a court case coming up.
Facts.
He was on bail when he was putting on, when he went to war. That nigga was on bail. He was. I never seen a nigga come out of Clinton Correctional on bail. So when they killed him, they released a messianic energy that kind of like a whole. Remember, we don't die, we multiply. Facts. So more people paid attention to him in his death than they did when he was alive, because he was one of the most hated artists. He was one of the most polarizing figures in hip hop from the minute he came out to the day of his death. Don't let the dick riders fool you. They were big Tupac haters when he was alive because he had an energy that begged no friends. And usually when you got that kind of energy, you don't got friends. Dr. Sabi had an energy. He had a certain kind of energy where he was not trying to make friends with a lot of black people that were considered his temporaries. He would rather take shots at them. He would rather expose them. So when he was alive, he was a threat. When he died, they jumped on the bandwagon and they start polishing him off because he can't talk back in his death.
Facts. They wouldn't even say his. I mean, I thought I was there.
They would not say his name.
They wouldn't say his name.
They would not say his name. Look, they won't say Red Pill and Blue Pill name. They won't say KT. They won't say Mama Pill's name, bro. People think that people be thinking that I'm making shit up. I promise you, they will not. If I die tonight, I'm an immortal. Niggas will say my name like they knew me, like they was my best friend. And I'm here to say that I really don't got too many friends. The niggas that you see me with, those are my peoples. And it's about 5 of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people who do you dirty, because it's more people in this community that backstabbed me, did me dirty, lied on me, try to slander me, was hating on me, fake frenemy ass niggas. It's more of them than is honorable people who, you know, like when my son was born, they was like, yo, here's something for your son. Like real shit, real shit that real niggas would do, right? You know, hold me down with the blicky in case I need somebody to shoot. You know, shit like that. Because I'm on the front lines. I'm at war. I've been on the front lines since I popped out. And I've never had nobody, no security. And I've never asked nobody for no fucking help. Near nigga. Because I hold myself down. I'm an army. I'm a walking army. Right? But these niggas are more scandalous. They're more backstabbing. They not solid like that. They dick riders. They bandwagoners and they clout chasers. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? They don't follow street rules. They follow internet rules, right? It's a difference. Because niggas is like, oh, the streets is dead. Nigga, it was dead when BlackPlanet.com launched. You're bringing street rules into cyberspace. You're bringing human rules, like physical world rules, into the digital world. It don't work like that. If we in a digital world, where's your cheat codes? You in cyberspace playing a human's game. That's why you losing. You're not using cheat code. You are using physical rules in cyberspace, bruh.
Can't do that.
It don't work like that.
Yeah, it don't work.
And nobody's defined what are the rules in cyberspace, because it's not the rules of the real world. What are the rules of the Matrix? Because if you die in the Matrix, you die in the real world. How many times have you seen niggas die on YouTube and then you see them walking around a former shell of themselves. That's what troll culture does. Cancel culture, real talk. Cancel culture
Or they
is the
resurrect
same.
themselves.
Cancel culture is the scene in the Matrix where they was pulling the plugs out of people's heads. Remember when Zion got infiltrated and they what's that nigga? Cypher. Cypher was the agent, and Cypher was unplugging niggas, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were dying in the Matrix and dying in the real world. So that's cancel culture. If somebody cancels you in cyberspace, nigga, you could physically be sick. It could hurt you in the real world. Like
That's
people
true.
could lose weight. They don't want to eat. Like look at B Simone.
Cool.
You know B Simone?
Yeah.
They
I
try to
mean,
cancel. They canceled her,
yeah.
and
I mean,
she was on live with her eyebrow. It was connected. She was looking mad upset.
and it wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
she
remember.
wasn't looking right.
Nah, she wasn't looking right at all. That she
She
wasn't looking
wasn't
right
looking
at all.
right. She was,
Yeah.
that
I
that
actually,
was.
I fell back from the conscious community because I started getting heavy into it, like when all the debates was going on, and
Yeah,
like,
that was the wrong time.
yeah, I see. Because
Yeah.
it had its window, it was good, and then it just like as fast as it went up, as fast as it went down, and a lot of people that like I would never take anything away from their knowledge, but um, when they got exposed for the malarkey that they were doing, the scandalous and the scamming stuff that they was doing, I felt all the way back. I'm like, I don't even want to be. I myself, like, I kind of blanketed everybody. Like, yeah, I don't want to be involved with this
You
community.
gotta remember, going back to what I said earlier. What are the rules of cyberspace, right? This is a deregulated space. There's no regulation in this space. This is what you see in a deregulated space. It's like the Seattle autonomous zone where women are getting raped, I heard. Right? There's no law in the conscious community is deregulated. Before the internet and before social media, it was regulated. After the internet came on, it was deregulated. You know what deregulated means? It
Yeah.
means that these bird ass niggas thought that they didn't have to answer to anybody.
I remember specifically because when I really got into it, I was studying under Professor Kaba, and he would have his classes in Harlem, and I would always sit with him after, and he was telling me, he was like, before all this internet stuff, he was like, somebody had to introduce you into the community. You couldn't say anything. You kind of just had to sit there, learn all of it, and then maybe one day you will be asked to speak. Maybe one day you will be asked
Maybe,
to speak.
maybe.
After years of sitting there at their feet and learning and stuff like that, maybe you will be asked to speak. Maybe. And a lot of these guys now are just
You had to get
the
you had to
elders.
get read by the elders. They had to read your palms. Like there was a lot of things that we had to do when there was regulations. The elders gave up. Phil Valentine said, I'm done. Bobby Hemmett said, I'm done.
Yeah.
Delbert Blair died after coming to New York to do a lecture and they abandoned him. He called me at an SOS saying that, yo, I'm sick. I've been abandoned. And niggas had him lingering in New York too long. And then later on, he died. And nobody is bringing that to the attention of the world. That he came to New York to do a lecture and then he died shortly after that. And the people who brought him to New York left that nigga for dead, bro. That's what I'm talking about. I'm saying that this community is fucking, that this shit is demonic, bro.
Yeah.
Like, look at what happened with Africa Bambaataa. That sat me down, man. That sat me the fuck down. That completely slowed me down, and it shifted my whole paradigm. I've never been the same.
All right. I'm not gonna give energy to the brother's name, but he's putting out videos trying to cause division with the NOI and putting out which brother Ben X proved that was wrong. My thing was just like, all right, let's take your story. Let's say that your story was 100% true. What are you now that you've broken these people's religious belief? what are you now going to replace that with? And during this time now, when we are literally at war, because we've been talking about we're at war for years. Now, when we are actually at war, what do you have to replace that besides sitting behind the internet and just talking? Cause I'm not saying that he's not out there and active, but I know I was at all them lectures, all that meetings. I never seen Son. He was very new to the community. Like, I'm not taking anything away from his knowledge.
If you outside, you outside. If you not outside, you not outside.
And I was living in Westchester during the time, so I had to travel to the city to be outside.
If you outside, you outside. Regardless of where you at. If you outside, then we're going to see you outside. It don't take much to open up your fucking door and go outside. Right? So if you're not outside, I don't even want to hear from you, first of all. I just don't. Yeah. Because you got to be outside to even question or talk about people to be outside.
Can't do it from behind a computer screen.
Nah, that ain't enough. Yeah. And to be honest with you, nobody is above critique. No organization is above critique. No individual is above critique. Right. If you're gonna critique, then you should present a clean glass of water. That's mandatory, and that should be something that we should utilize as a standard, because the cancel culture and all of those cultures, like I said, is deregulated. So it's out of control. It's out of control. You know what I mean? It's out of control. So if there's certain things that need to be brought to the attention about, organizations, I'm like, I'm willing to listen. Peace, Lordy. I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to give a clear ear to many things. Yeah. Phil Valentine was going, he was going in like 2014. There's been a lot of teachers. Steve Coakley, there's been a lot of teachers that have said what they had to say about said organization and other organizations. So that's really not a new thing. That's they've been under the light for a very long time. They've been scrutinized by different teachers of mine, but I'm not in that organization. Yeah. So at the end of the day, the people that are in that organization and took an oath to that organization, I feel that it's up to them to, correct whatever the misinformation may be, because there's misinformation out there about everybody.
This is a fact. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
It's information out there about everybody. Yeah. So,
especially with this digital twin. Yo, so you spoke about the digital twin. Have you seen Westworld?
I haven't indulged in the whole Westworld thing because I'm a binge watcher. Mm-hmm. So I haven't had time to completely binge on that. You feel me? But I've peeped in on it over the years,
Yeah, when you speak about like the digital twin and all that stuff, man, season 3 of Westworld, I had to a couple of times watch that and just be like, wait.
Oh no, I know they're going in. Yeah, I already know.
Yeah, they really, really went in with season 3 of Westworld. I'm interested to see where they go with season 4, but it's just like, I remember you touching on the digital twin, and I started looking up on that, and I'm just like, oh, dude, this is Westworld. That's essentially what that's kind of what's the somewhat of the plot about season 3. I'll let you watch it. I won't give away the whole thing, but a lot of that has to do with the digital twin, and also the Universe 25. What's called Universal 25.
Universal 25 with the rats.
Yes, that is a huge part of season 3 with Westworld, and then playing out scenarios and how people will react. And Christopher. That's not Christopher Nolan. It's his brother. It's not even Christopher Nolan. It's his brother. Whatever. Christopher Nolan's brother. I'm not gonna say he's tapped in, but he might be tapped in. I don't know. He might be.
Nolan?
Yeah. I don't.
From Inception?
Yeah, but it's not him. It's his brother, though. That's the record. You kind of cut out a little bit.
I said Christopher Nolan is tapped in.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan is a beast. So a lot of people a lot of people are saying that I definitely need to watch Westworld, and I'm gonna satisfy the family and be a part of the Westworld conversation, and then I'll do the breakdown of what I saw. Now, one of the reasons why I didn't jump into the Westworld, because I'm still unpacking America. I'm still unpacking Watchmen.
So I'm late to the party. I'm real late to the party.
You have to let me share this with the family.
Mhm.
The Watchmen is a must. There's no other way. You said that Westworld was talking about everything. Nigga, Watchmen.
The Watchmen. I gotta tap in.
Bruh. The Watchmen season 1. Remember, this is about the origin story of a black woman who becomes God.
Mm. That just touches my heart.
That's the whole first season. And it opens up with the Black Wall Street Massacre. That's must-see TV. And
Yeah.
they don't hold nothing back. And them people is walking around wearing masks and whatnot. And there's a black man who's walking around who don't even know that he's God.
Ooh.
He has a tachyon ring on his third eye. It's a tachyon ring that's basically putting his pineal to sleep because he's Dr. Manhattan in a black body. Dr. Manhattan reincarnated as a black man. What the fuck? And they out there killing white supremacists. He killed them niggas with a swipe. He went like this. And then the head white supremacist tried to become him and exploded. Yeah, the old man. Yeah, there's a scene in there though. Episode 6. There's some bussy shit going down because they had to put that in there
You gotta
because
balance it out.
the writer of episode 6 belongs to a consortium of writers who are LBGT. I think his name is Cole Bennett. It might not be Cole Bennett. It might be another writer. I might be mistaken about that. But the writer who put the gay scene in there, he said that he was putting on for his people.
They have to. They have to. Especially seeing a black woman become God. A black
No,
man
but it's I'm using a disclaimer. It's real gay.
Uh,
Yeah, it's GHEY. I was like, hold on. I thought I was gonna cancel my HBO subscription when I saw that. I was like, did you niggas just slip this in on me? Like, are you really serious? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm gonna tap into that. I'm gonna definitely have to tap into that. I've been hearing about the Watchmen, but yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to tap into.
But the scene that I'm talking about is Black Lives Matter because the character's name is Hooded Justice, right? Hooded Justice. He wears a quote unquote he wears a hood like the KKK with a noose around his neck.
Mm-hmm.
And the scene that I'm talking about, he's not receiving, he's giving it to another white superhero. Right? And that superhero's name Mr. Metropolis. And Mr. Metropolis Mr. Metropolis is a rich white man. Like how the liberal LB, like Ed Buckingham, like Harvey, like not Harvey. Who was the dude that was messing with men too? Jeffrey Dahmer, Jeff Epstein, and I don't know if Jeff Epstein was going both ways, but Ed Buckingham is all part of the same circle. So Mr. Metropolis gave Hooded Justice a house to live in. He gave him some money. Nigga, that's D. Ray McKinnison from Black Lives Matter. Do you know that I'm dead serious. They had that nigga on a bussy network. They was moving him around from white people's house, liberal LBGT white men. They had that nigga on tour. They had homie on tour. They was passing him around like a hookah. Real talk.
Like a hookah.
Nah, I'm dead ass. Oh yeah, somebody said Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey, aka Kaiser Sose.
Oh man.
He's an aggressive homo. He knocked 4 niggas off in a span of a year.
Yeah, he was.
You saw that?
Nah, I see. Yeah, his shit was. Whew.
Kevin Spacey is out here. He's drilling. He out here with
Drilling.
that nigga. Yeah, like he down with the blickies. That nigga's out here drilling niggas. No, like
Stop
a
it.
hookah. Yeah.
Man, that should make you look at American Beauty and just be like,
Oh, it was. He's playing himself. It was all real.
Exactly. Facts.
So that yo, I don't like when I read they got the look. I'm not. You know me. I ain't out here with the T. The D. Ray McKinnison story is a story that you can find on the internet because the newspapers put out the articles about how they was passing this nigga around.
Yo, you know what I've noticed? That I'm definitely not going to sit here and say that they've been telling everything, but if you just look, the news and a lot of this stuff, yo, they're putting stuff out there just. But they're
Because
putting so much stuff out there that it's hard to catch in. So a lot of stuff just
because
washes over you.
the agreement that the devil made with God was what? He cannot hide anything. They cannot hide because when you expose them and when it's all said and done, they're going to say, we did not hide anything. We put it out there. We were not hiding. They cannot. That's one of the agreements that they made, that they can't hide. They cannot hide it. It's just that we don't know where the fuck to look at. They're not hiding a god. Everything is hidden in plain sight. Every.
I agree. 100% agree. 100% agree. Let me check the time. I don't want us to run that. I don't want us the time to run down on us again. How do I check the time? I'm new to live. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So we're at 56 minutes. I don't
Yeah.
want I don't want it to run out on us again.
No
So
doubt. Who saw the play on Broadway? Who
say that
saw the
again.
slave? There's a slave play on Broadway, and it's about black women and white. This is very steeped in sexuality, right? And sexual dominance. In the it's a worship of the phallus, right? It's called a slave play. And men like D. Ray and them, that's the vibe. That's what's going on. That's what they that's it's sad, man. It's just sad, man. And like I say, you know, I don't want nobody to feel like I'm bullying or nothing, but I'm not a cyber bully. You know what I'm saying?
It's not being a bully. It's just like it's just they moist, fam, and it ain't you know like it's just not it's not imbalance of nature. Nobody's trying to knock them. If that's the way you choose to live your life, that is the way you choose to live your life. But that doesn't mean that we're still not gonna just tell you the truth about it. You know what I'm saying? You be who you want to be. Honestly, I would prefer you to be who you want to be because that's who you're comfortable being. But that does not mean that we're still not gonna come and metaphorically slap you across the face with the truth.
I mean, I feel like the truth deserves no apology. We should not be intimidated by being truth seekers or truth sayers. You know, my mother didn't raise me like that. You know, she was talking to me this morning. She was like, you know, a lot of people tell me that you're fiery on the internet. I'm like, yeah, and
Yeah.
she was like, you know, and they say that you're kind of ghetto too. I was like, yeah, and she's like, nothing. I'm just reminding you. I'm like, Ma. I'm like, Ma,
I get
you
it to
you
work.
I'm like, you know me all my life.
You gotta get them to work,
You
man.
I gotta do I said if I'm not I said if I'm not being honest to who I am and my constitution, then I'm going to be depressed and I'm going to implode and I'm going to suppress energy. I said, I got to get it out. You know, I got to do what I got to do, Mom. You know, you gave birth to a firecracker and a hellraiser. So I'm doing what I got to do. I said, you know, I was ghetto when you met me. You know what I'm talking about? You know, I said, you know, I was ghetto when you met me, Ma. You know, I've been on this vibe for a minute.
Yo, Red Master Teacher, I don't want the time around us. We got 25